Shri Krishna. We meet again. Today we are going to see the power of namas, especially the namas of gods. Birbal was a minister in the court of Akbar. Birbal, apart from his sharp intellect, was also a devotee of Sri Rama. Akbar had a special regard for Birbal. Akbar used to openly ask Birbal to clarify his strange doubts. Birbal never failed to give an immediate and a fitting reply. Birbal was a close associate, in fact, of Akbar, you can say. Wherever Akbar went, Birbal also followed. During one such instance, when they traveled for some official purpose, they had to take a route through the forest. In the course of the journey, both were totally exhausted and even famished. So they decided to rest under the shade of a tree for a while before continuing their journey. Since Akbar was very hungry, he wanted to look around the place to see if he can find a house to get some food. He encouraged Birbal also to follow the same. But Birbal, who was in the midst of Ramanama Japam, that is repetition of Ramanama, did not want to be disturbed. Akbar looked at Birbal sternly and said, mere chanting of the names of the god would not fetch you food. You have to put in your efforts. Saying this, Akbar left. He met the inmates of a house and they were very happy to see their king coming to their doorstep for food. They treated him to their best of their capacity. Akbar finished his meal and took a little food for Birbal too and left. He came and told Birbal, see, I told you, I took some efforts for the food and I got it. You were just sitting here and chanting Nama. See, you did not get any food. Birbal ignored his mocking and ate the food given by Akbar. After finishing the meal, he looked up at Akbar and said, I have just now experienced the power of Ramanama like never before. You are the ruler of the land, but today even the king had to beg for food. But you look at me, I was just chanting Ramanama here, and the king was made to get food for me, that too by begging. So I got the food just by sitting here. Such is the power of Ramanam. See the power of words. When anyone shouts, snake, snake, we reflexively jump in fright. When someone calls our names and heap some insult, we find it very hard to bear. When someone praises us, we feel happy. If such situations can awaken feelings of fear, anger, and joy, then what of chanting or hearing the purest and greatest of all names? The mere saying of the word apple invokes an image of it. Similarly, chanting God's names creates an image or an awareness of God in us. We become apple conscious on saying the word apple. Similarly, we become God conscious on chanting the God's name. As a simple example, during the World War, soldiers marching to the front chorused or whistled patriotic songs This encouraged their fighting spirit and even numbed their anxieties. The slaves in the cotton fields of America sang songs to kill the monotony of work and the brunt of persecutions from their masters. In this age of conflict and anxiety, chanting the holy name of God is a cure to all our problems and worries. The story of Ajamila in the Srimad Bhagavatam is another evidence to the power of God's name. This story was told to us by my guru, Srimati Geeta Krishnan from Bangalore. In fact, I am so indebted to her for the stories along with Srimad Narayanyam. She taught us this during the pandemic, and she is not well right now. So we all keep in our daily prayers for her well being. I'm just reminded of her when I say this story. Ajamila was initially a pure, disciplined Brahmin. The origin of his downfall was accounted for his association with a person of immoral deeds. He had several children, out of which the youngest, whom he was very attached to, he had named Narayana. Calling his son Narayana, he had indirectly called the Lord Narayana. So, towards the end of his life, when death was awaiting, all his sins were forgiven by the God. The God's name chanted knowingly or unknowingly, correctly or incorrectly, as was the case for Valmiki, who chanted Mara Mara instead of Rama Rama, plays his purifying role. When the valiant Ram returned to Ayodhya, he was given a hero's welcome. A grand coronation ceremony was arranged. Vibhishana also came along with Rama for this. After the coronation ceremony, everybody left. But Vibhishana wanted to stay with his god for some more time. So he bid goodbye to his friends. When they returned, they found that the bridge built by Rama was not there. So Vibhishana took a leaf and, without their knowledge, wrote the name of Ram and wrapped it in a cloth. Take this cloth, Vibhishana told, and a way shall be opened to you. The people from Lanka, they did as their king, new king, had instructed. They entered the waters, and to their surprise, the ocean waters became knee deep and they could cross. They waded towards Lanka. Midway, one of them opened the cloth to see its contents. Seeing only a dry leaf, he laughed. On closer inspection, he saw the name of Rama written on it. This made him laugh all the more. How could the name of Rama make the ocean needy? And with this thought, his faith subsided. The ocean waters rose and they all perished in the deluge. Experiments show that the metabolism in a human changes when he retires for the night. Blood pressure and other body processes operate without any fluctuations. The individual awakens fresh and energized. This particular situation is attained through 20 minutes of japa a day. Chanting the God's name corrects all irregular body processes and thus enabling good health. We will see more about the efficacy of namas of the gods in the coming week. Please subscribe to my channel, Jayanthi's 5 Minute Stories. Thank you.